Welcome to Calvin, the Digital Creative School. Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to another live stream for the World's Next Door Challenge. Today I wanted to make a proper plan on what we need to do, at least for the intro and outro sequence, what there is to do and how much time it takes, and then just do a little bit of basically post-production planning so we can make sure that we're able to do everything over the next, I think it's like a little less than 3 weeks left. Like 16 days, was it? So yeah, that's what we're going to do today, and then probably also look at student submission. Someone sent in a script that they want to get feedback on, so we're going to look at that a little bit later on too. Okay, let me switch to my desktop here. So I basically finished editing the reference footage. So we shot this together with a friend of mine, and this is, maybe we've got audio, right? Yeah, the audio is pretty funny. It's just my friend Drew with the camera in his mouth, and his kid. Yeah, this is going to be the intro. Basically, you have to imagine that there's like a big portal door here that is still inactive right now in the beginning.
Oh.
And the child is bringing over this cable here. Drew is connecting it, and when it connects, there's like some circuit closing, right? And you can see the door turning on. The kid is like a little scared, but then runs through it because the door opens up, and yeah, it wants to interact. It wants to explore, so it runs inside, and the dad goes after him. And then basically after this first segment, after the dad enters through the door the first time, that's where all the half of the submissions come in, where your guys' work comes in. Yo, Warped Animations! Thanks for watching the live stream. What's up? This challenge is really fun. I'm having a blast with this project. Awesome. I'm very happy to hear that. So after this, all your animation, Warped Animations, is coming. And then I also recorded 2 little shots here for our judges, because some of the judges said they would also like to participate in creating little scenes in between. So I thought it would be special for the judges to create scenes where you can actually see the child. I think I will still publish the finished child character model. So even if you're not a judge, you can incorporate the child in some way in your animation. But this is basically the official judge animated interstitials. So yeah, like we've got one here where he sees the child on the other side of a canyon. He swings over the canyon, and then into some more student submissions. And then not student submissions, just participant submissions. And here's another one. He sees the child around the corner, jumps over an obstacle and follows him through the door. And then some more submissions. And then at the end, this is the final shot where he arrives back at the lab, and his child is already there, surprising him. They're happy that they reunited.
Whoa.
And then like an alien creature that I was thinking of adding to one of these intersections, right? Like I want to have like a additional special character that looks like an alien. So maybe he's like avoiding it or something here. Like maybe he's jumping over this alien earlier here. And then he basically sees him again. You know what? Oh, what could be interesting is if this alien here was trying to stop the dad, so he's like jumping over it or something, or he wants to communicate with him, but if the dad thinks the alien wants to stop him or something, and then later on it reveals that that the alien, he thinks he's evil, but then the child hugs the alien, So it turns out, okay, it's a nice alien. Friend alien. They shake hands. I love Drew's scream at the end. Ah! Is it longer? Do we have more of it? Oh no, but we have more of the audio. What does he actually say? Yeah, just a happy scream. So yeah, that's the whole idea. And now we're going to write down the tasks necessary for this, which is always good to have for organizing a project and always knowing, or like, yeah, preparing in a way where you know you will be able to pull it off. And if you are not able to pull it off, to start thinking about, okay, what do I need to change to be able to pull it off? So that's what we're doing here now. So basically, oh, already film reference for animation. I already did that. We have the animation. So I'm gonna mark that as delivered. We have that finished. Okay, so I have one main task here, which is called the home laboratory. So this is the 3D environment. And then I have a bunch of tasks to complete here for that home laboratory to be finished. And we also have kind of like an estimation on how long each of these tasks takes. So then later on, when we plan the whole project, we can see how long it will actually take and if we need to delegate tasks to other people. In my case, to judges. I will reach out to my judges and ask them if they can take care of some of these tasks. Okay, so let's think about it. We've got the home laboratory, obviously. We've got the environment. These are all the subtasks. Maybe I will not show the subtasks. So I'll just collapse this so we only have the main tasks. Okay, so another one would be character animation. Well, actually, let's do... Oh no, actually, yeah, let's do characters. So I will do... That we don't need, but we need the child. Child, and then I'm gonna add attack, 3D, character. Character is attack 3D character. Okay. So the child, I don't think we need more information in the name about it. We can put the rest in here. I'm going to try to do it with the character creator. Let's see if that works well. And then also time estimate. I think if we use character creator, it shouldn't take too long. Maybe like 1.5 days. If you want to do some custom stuff, more like a few more days. But I think since we have that tool, it should be pretty doable in a short amount of time. So I will just put in 1.5 days. So we got the child 3D character. Then we need, do we need some other assets? The dad character, we only have the hands, and I already have those. So that should be fine. Home laboratory, wait, do we have the door inside of this? Portal door model, yes, we have that. That's planned for 2 days here because I want it to be very special, very eye-catching. Okay. I think that's... Oh, the alien, of course. Alien. Tag with 3D character. Yes. Okay, and the alien could be a bit more complex. I'm not sure if we can create a cool alien with character creator, probably not. Maybe we will start with something we find on BlenderKit or 3D model. Or maybe even some of the judges would like to create one. So yeah, this is a bit hard to pre-plan, but I think I'm gonna put in 3 days for now. And then, do we have anything else? We have the shots, of course, with the animation. Just thinking about like the basic blocks. What do we need at every shot? Just the characters, it's the environment, which we have for the intro and the outro. For the middle segments, I think I'm going to leave to the judges themselves anyway, so I don't think we need to pre-plan this. Okay, so let's start with the shots then. Intro shot. So the intro shot, tags, but I'm gonna do subtasks. So we need the character animation here. Oh, first of all, actually, we need the camera tracking. We need the camera tracking. We need yeah, character animation. Character animation. We need, I think we need also effects, like thinking like in the intro shot. So this is where he's like connecting the power cable and the door turns on. I think for the door we need some cool special effects. So maybe I'm gonna put in door activation effects. Yeah, let's just say it like that for now. We need lighting, especially for the shot. We need compositing. We need sound design. I will treat as like a whole thing for the whole short film anyways, not just for the individual shots. Just like imagining the shot, trying to see if anything sticks out that needs special attention. Animation, lighting, the door. We need, I think he's interacting with a laptop, so yeah, I guess we only need it in this one shot, so I'll say laptop, which also needs its own animation. Cable, the cables simulating, okay, I'll just keep that with the character animation. But I'll put it in here, like cable, power cable, cable. I'm gonna just put in here. How are these called? Like the yeah, brackets. I'm just gonna put in the brackets rigged just to be sure that it's not just a model. It needs to be rigged so the characters can interact with it, and like some kind of physics simulation. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it for this shot. So let's go in and see if we need to add some tags or time estimation. So camera tracking. I think I should be able to do that in maximum 3 hours. Character animation, that could take a little bit longer. Since it's also a bit longer of a shot, I will put in 3 days for now. Door activation effects, I think we can pull those effects off in 1 day. Lighting, I would also say 1 day. Compositing, also 1 day. The laptop, I think we can probably find a laptop model somewhere. Just need to maybe like upgrade it a little bit. So I'll just put in a few hours, maybe like 3 hours maybe. Then the power cable, that could be a bit more special. Could take like maybe 1 day to set that up. Oh, it put in 1 hour. No, 1 day. Yes. Okay, cool. So we got the intro shot now. Camera tracking, character animation. All that's good. Okay, let's duplicate this and turn it into outro shot. Notifications necessary. Yes. Here we go. The outro shot. For the outro shot, we need. So it's still opening up. Why does it take so long to open up the subtasks? Ah, here they are. Ah, here we go. All right, camera tracking, I think should be. I think it's going to be a little bit more difficult because of the whole like spinning around. Because we have him like picking up the kid and spinning him around. This could be a little bit more difficult.
Whoa!
So I think I'm gonna put in a little bit more time, maybe like 5 hours for this. Character animation could be also a little bit more time consuming because of the alien. Yeah, let's do like 1 more day. It's door activation effects. We don't have that. Yeah, we don't need that in the outro shot. Delete. Lighting, yes. Compositing. Oh wait, it put in 1 hour for compositing. No, that's not that's not true. 1 day of compositing. Laptop, we don't have the laptop. Power cable also not existent here. The alien we have already here. Yeah. I think. Is there anything else special in the outro shot? No, I think that's it. Yeah. Yeah, the outro shot has a little fewer elements to work with, not to like take care of. Yeah, I think that's it. All right, and now, well, okay, one more thinking, one more round of thinking. Is there anything else the intro and outro shots need to be worked on? I think that's it. Yeah, feels complete. Okay, now we can go into our timeline here and just put everything in. So, basically, what reference? Wait, where do I see this best? Or was it in the Gantt view? Like there was a view that made it very easy to see. Oh yeah, I think it was this view, yeah. And then we need the time estimate also visible. Nice. Okay, cool. So now we see the time estimate. Finish that. Child, yeah, child and child and alien. We need to put those in here, and then I'm gonna also make them as long as they are time-wise. So today is the 18th, right? Yes, okay. So 18th. Today I'm not gonna start on anything, so let's put this here. Wait, what is this? No dates. Oh, I can just click this. I see, okay. Alright, so let's put them as long as they need to. So this one is like 1.5 days. I'm gonna put 2 days. This one is 3 days. Intro shot. 3 hours. 3 days. Yeah, let's just have everything starts tomorrow, and then we can plan things how they should be approached one after the other. Wait, how late is it, by the way? It's 2040, okay. So, media. And, she's the one who submitted something for today. Let's see. Okay, maybe she's coming in like 30 minutes. Alright. Okay. Door activation effect 1 day. Lighting 1 day. Compositing 1 day. Laptop 3 hours. Power cable 1 day. Okay. Well, all of these are like 1 day or less. This one's also 1 day. 1 day, 1 day, 1 day. Oh no, character animation. This is 4 days. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. Yeah, the character animation is very important for this project. Home laboratory. Oh, and we also have the home laboratory here. Okay, mood boards. Portal door model. Let's put that 2 days. Lighting 6 hours. Blockboard 4 hours. Set dressing 2 days. Okay. The next thing is I would connect now the relationships. So what needs to get done for something else to be started. So that means home laboratory. This home laboratory I need for those shots. Wait, can I connect this somehow? Yes, you can connect them like this here. But if they don't have a time, I can't connect them. Okay, right, yeah, let's do the rest first then. Okay, so moodboard reference, I need moodboard and references for the Portador. Portador I need for the blockout, and I need the blockout for the set dressing, and set dressing I need for the lighting. Oops. For the lighting. There we go. Okay, child. From alien. Camera tracking. Do I even need to make it this complicated? I mean, it's kind of necessary to like make sure that things flow in a sensical way, in a way that makes sense. We can also just like move them around already. So we can, yeah, we can kind of like see how things need to be placed, and they also move together, which is very nice. Yeah, okay, I guess it makes sense to have the connections for this, so everything readjusts. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Okay, so we've got the home laboratory set up. Dialed. Shot. Maybe I should just. I guess I can just do this. I can just like put the main task as kind of like an umbrella on top of everything. And then I can also connect them. Intro shot is basically 1 week and 6 days. So I'm going to also do it that long. This. Actually, I'll just remove this again. No. Okay, I'll just connect it similar to how I did it here, like connect the individual tasks, and then I'll see the length automatically. Okay. Camera tracking, boom, boom, boom. Animation. What needs to be done first? Lighting, yes, I need. Lighting is basically also rendering. Lighting is the last step, and then you hit render. So I'm going to connect everything to lighting. I need the power cable, the laptop. Can't I do multiple ones? Wait, what's happening? Okay, there we go. And lighting, compositing comes after lighting. Put that in there. For activation effects, we need that for then for the compositing. Character animation also needs to be done for lighting. Camera tracking needs to be done for character animation. Alright, so now we should be able to pull this all out. And then we can also see what needs to be happening, what can happen at the same time, basically. So that's compositing. And then these things, they can all already begin, basically. Yeah, this makes sense. Okay. Ultra shot, camera tracking, we need that for character animation. We need character animation for the lighting, and lighting for compositing. So put this here. Boom, this here, and this here. Okay. Now alien, yes, child alien. We need all of these for the character animations. Child alien. Kind of strange that you need to be so precise with connecting these things. So that means these things need to happen after the characters are done. Also here for the character animation here. There we go. So this also has to be done afterwards. This can lighting, set dressing, and all of this needs to be done for Oh, actually, the block out we need for the character animation. So here, character animation. So that means the character animation needs to happen later, after the block out. This is getting complex. All this. Yeah, so we don't actually need the deadlines for this stuff. Yeah, for the main tasks. We don't need deadlines for the main tasks. Because they already connect together anyways. Or better like the subtasks tell us what needs to be done to like have the finished shot. Okay, so yeah, this makes sense now timeline-wise. And now we need to see what we can actually start, what is realistic. Wait, when I move this, does everything else move? Okay, that's not so useful. I think I need to deactivate the automatic movement. I think I can do that in here. If I disable this, then yeah, then we can move them individually. Okay, cool. Now we have all that set up. And now let's see if we can already, because now I basically need to figure out who can do what, right? Like I can take all the tasks already that I can do. I can assign them to me. So let's do that first, and then I can make sure that I don't do multiple things at the same time. On laboratory, I should definitely do the mood board, the references. The model someone else could do. Someone else could also do the block out. Child, alien. I want to give the child a shot myself with the character creator. I think that makes sense. The alien, I'll ask someone if they can create an alien. Camera tracking, I will do that myself. I'm pretty good at that. Character animation. I want to give it a shot, but I'll also reach out to my judges first if they would like to do it. Testing, laptop cable, camera tracking, I'll do here. Yeah, so these are the ones that I will do for sure. And now, let's see, sort by assignee. Can we do that? Yes, assignee. Okay, but it doesn't really sort it. I guess for that we can go into the timeline view, where we can see a bit better who's doing what. If we do group by assignee, and then I can see I'm already doing a lot of things on the same day, which is fine for camera tracking and mood board, because they don't take so much time. I can actually show the time estimation in here. It's not. Okay. So I can just open them, I guess. Okay, 3 hours, 5 hours, that would be a whole day. Mood board, 3 hours. Okay, so I think I'm gonna focus on creating the mood board tomorrow, and then I will do the camera tracking the day afterwards. The child, I will probably, I could start tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, it's a bit much. Usually I try to not have too many tasks on one day to like be able to focus on one thing, but the mood board I think is very doable in a few hours. So the child is 1 day and a half. That could still be possible. I mean, usually if this was a real job, I would not plan like this. I would put the child somewhere else, but I think it might also be easier than I think with the character creator, so maybe I'll just keep it like this for now. Yeah, and then for the rest, I will ask my team, the judges, what they could take care of, and then I can see and make sure that everything flows together, that everybody works together in a sensible way. Let's see if there's no... Yeah, camera tracking is all fine if I do it today. They only connect back here way later on. Okay, yeah, I think that's good for now. What happens if I put the child later? The earliest I need it is actually here on Monday, so it would not hurt. It would actually not hurt.
Media_2024 just followed.
Put it here, Sunday, Monday. Yeah, actually the weekend. The weekend would also work, but I'm not sure if I'm busy on the weekend. So yeah, I will just do it here. I will start tomorrow already a little bit, and then I'll finish it up on Monday. I think that is a good plan. That should be possible. And then if we have the ideal timing, they could already animate on it beginning of next week. Okay. Hey Media, what's up? Nice, you made it. I just finished planning the time, the schedule here. And the good thing is that we also have like 1 week of buffer. So with the current ideal plan, like if we can manage it to like pull off the intro-outro animation in an ideal way, we would be finished by Sunday in like 1 week, so on the 29th. But we still have 1 week of buffer to finish it in time. Actually, the short film is only releasing on the 20th, so we would have a lot more time to finish this. But my ideal situation was where we worked on the intro and outro in parallel to the submissions of the people, right, to the community. So I'm going to try to also finish the intro and outro segments together with the judges until the 6th, until the deadline. I think that's only fair. I think it's also most fun for everyone. Okay, yeah. Then the next step, I will reach out to the judges, talk with them if they can take something over. Cool. And now it's time to look at media submission. So Media, if you like, are you available now? Can you talk? Do you want to join the live stream channel on Discord?
Calver, the principal said, hello.
Hello. Oh, so another tip, Media, is if you talk in the stream chat channel on Discord, if you chat there, I can hear you directly through the text-to-speech bot. So I can focus, we can kind of talk together, I guess, even if you don't want to use your microphone. Okay, but I think I will start looking at your script already. Let me look. Submissions. Oh wait, did you even? Oh, I don't think you posted it as a submission. Let me just play this in the background so you have something to watch. Media. Ah, yeah, Media, you didn't post a submission, but I do have your script here. So I guess it would be best if you can type but not talk. Okay, you can type. Alright, yeah, then use on Discord. You can watch the live stream also there in the live stream channel, and then use the stream chat to talk with me, because then it's more real time. The stream on Twitch and YouTube is a bit delayed, so it would take a lot of time for us to communicate. If I ask you something and then it takes like 10 seconds for you to hear it on Twitch, and then another 10 seconds for it to arrive back at me. So yeah, please join the Discord stream so we can do it more in real time. But yeah, I'll download your script now and check it out. I guess it's always useful to know what kind of feedback you're looking for, right? Like, wait, I think you already wrote, like, you wanted to know if this script is possible, how much work it is to do, right? Let me see. Great. This animation story I wrote. Do you think anyone can create an animation basis on the story I wrote? Anyone. With anyone, do you mean that in a way where you want someone else to animate it, or do you want to animate it? Or do you just ask because you think it's too big? Well, I'll give it a read. Let's see. Let's see what you wrote here. Okay, so let's read it together. Pausing this. Okay, let me try to read it like a cool story, like a narrator. Animation script, Into the Light. Genre, mystery, psychological, inspirational. Duration 5 to 10 minutes. Character, protagonist, voiceover and action. A lonely girl lost in darkness, searching for her way out. Scene 1. Complete darkness, except 2 wide open eyes. Fade in. Black screen, silence. Voiceover, protagonist, softly and confused, breathing heavily. Where am I? Action. The screen remains black, except
Midia said,
her...
Hey, is it good now? Can I write here?
Yes, I can hear you. Very good. The screen remains black except her wide open eyes.
Perfect. A-OK hand emoji.
No sound except the protagonist's breathing, uneven, shaky. A moment of heavy silence. Then she rubs her eyes. Nothing changes. She blinks once, twice. Still, only darkness. Voiceover protagonist, growing anxious. I can't see anything. I can't even tell if my eyes are open or closed. Action. She raises her hands, trying to see them, but there's nothing. She reaches out, searching for anything solid. A wall, the ground, anything. But all she finds is empty space. Voiceover protagonist, fear creeping in. What is this? A dream? No, it feels real. Action. Her breathing quickens. She places a hand on her chest, feeling her heart pounding. Voiceover protagonist, panic rising. Am I dead? Action. A deep silence follows. The words echo in her mind. Her thoughts start to spiral. She hugs herself, suddenly feeling small. Voiceover protagonist, soft, almost whispering. Is this death? Is this what comes after? Action. She takes a slow, unsteady breath, trying to calm herself. But the silence is overwhelming. There's no sound, no wind, no distant noises, just nothing. A voiceover protagonist, uncertain, shaken. I always thought that after death there would be something. A tunnel, a voice, another word. But this, just empty. Blackness? Oh, sorry, one sentence. Just empty blackness? Action. She kneels, touching the ground beneath her. It's solid, cold. She presses her fingers against it, grounding herself. Voiceover protagonist, reflective, scared. Maybe this is my punishment. Maybe I deserve this because of what I have done. Oh no. Action. She shuts her eyes tightly, as if that would make a difference. It doesn't. She starts remembering her past. Mistakes, regrets, things left undone. Voiceover protagonist whispering. Is this hell? It's not fire. Is this endless nothingness? Really? Action. She stays still, defeated, letting the weight of it all sink in. A long pause, absolute silence. Voiceover protagonist. A thought breaking through. But if I'm really dead, why do I feel fear? Action. She opens her eyes again. It's still dark, but something inside her shifts. She slowly stands up, unsure but no longer frozen. Voiceover, protagonist determined, whispering to herself, No, I don't think I'm dead. Scene 2. The first step. A tiny light appears, distant, faint. Action. A tiny flicker of light appears in the distance, barely visible, but unmistakable. She turns towards it, eyes widening. Voiceover protagonist. Hopeful but hesitant. A light? But is it real? Or just my mind playing tricks on me? Action. She takes a deep breath. Slowly, she takes her first step. The darkness beneath her feet is solid. She's not floating in the void. Voiceover protagonist realization. At least I can walk. That means there's still something beneath me. Action. She raises her hands again, searching for walls, nothing. But she keeps walking, each step careful. Scene 3. Fragments of memory. Memories start to resurface. Action. She stops, touching her head. Voiceover protagonist confused. Wait. I remember something. Yesterday, I was in the forest. Action. The sounds of a river, wind through the leaves, fainted distant. Voiceover protagonist struggling to recall. I was walking, but then... What happened next? What happened next? Action. Another memory flashes. Trees rushing past, her body falling. Her eyes widen. Voiceover protagonist shocked. I fell! Into a hole! A cave, that's it! I'm not dead, I'm trapped! Action. The light ahead glows slightly brighter. Scene 4. Finding the way out. She discovers the exit. Action. She picks up her pace. The light grows stronger. The ground slopes upward beneath her feet. The air feels different. There's a faint breeze. Voiceover protagonist hopeful. If there's air moving, then there must be an opening. Action. She reaches a rock fall. Boulders blocking the exit. She runs her hands over them, testing their weight. Some are loose. Voiceover protagonist determined. I have to move these. I am getting out. Action. She pulls at the stones, one by one, hands shaking but steady. A small gap opens. A burst of light leaks through. Voiceover protagonist, breathless but relieved. There it is! The light! Action. She squeezes through, crawling towards the brightness. The moment she emerges, light floods the screen, blinding but warm. Scene 5. The outside world. Fade in. Golden sunlight, the forest, birds chirping, the river flowing. Action. She falls into the forest floor, gasping. She blinks, adjusting to the brightness. The world is vivid, alive. Greens, blues, golden sunlight. Voiceover protagonist, softly in awe. I made it. Action. She lays there, staring at the sky. Breathes in the fresh air. Voiceover protagonist, reflective, simple but deep. I thought I was dead. I thought my story was over. But I was wrong. Action. She slowly sits up, looking back at the cave. Voiceover protagonist, philosophical. The darkness isn't the end. It never is. Sometimes we feel lost, trapped, hopeless. But even the smallest light can guide us. Even if we choose follow it. If we choose to follow it. Voiceover protagonist, final words hopeful. One step at a time. That's all it takes. Fade out. The screen slowly brightens to pure white. The light takes over. And nice. All right. This I could already imagine it visually being very unique, because you have a lot of darkness in the beginning, right? Like until the very end where she gets outside. She or he? Yeah, it doesn't say, right? It's just the protagonist. Oh no, it said in the beginning. So this in the beginning.
Midya
Lonely
said
girl.
she.
Yes. So yeah, I can definitely imagine you pulling this off, because for once it seems very minimalistic in the beginning, where we only have the main character and maybe like a little bit of like shadowy figures of walls or floor. And I think even the main character, since she doesn't see anything, I think you need to stylize that in a way
eyes.
anyways. 2 eyes. Wait, what do you mean with 2 eyes? Oh, the 2 eyes. Yes, we see the 2 eyes.
In the darkness.
Yes. But like with moments where you say like she's looking at her hands but can't see anything, I think a way you could visually tell that, where the viewer still gets that she's trying to look at her hands, right? Because it feels a bit weird in movies to me when the characters say they don't see anything, even though we as the viewer see everything, right? Like
No,
if
I
they're
mean
like
I
a
want to
dark
start
cave.
with the complete darkness with 2 eyes moving.
Yes, that was in the script, right? So yeah, I think it's a bit confusing when the character says and they act like they don't see anything, but the viewer still sees basically everything. I think that's a bit strange, but I saw in a few other animations and movies where they tackled that by showing the character and the environment in an abstract way. For example, only the outlines. So like having everything black, but only like slight outlines around their hand, and then you can even like animate it in. So like when she pulls her hands up towards her face, it could be a POV with her hands moving, like outlines moving into the frame, but then those outlines disappearing, kind of like fading away, or even like the lines getting smaller until they disappear. So I think there's a lot of interesting ways you can tell in a visually abstract way what's happening in the beginning, which would also save you work, because if you don't need to make it photorealistic, then usually it's also easier to pull it off. At least I think it's always kind of like this. It's maybe uncanny valley is not the right word for this, but kind of like animation quality is kind of charming when it's cheap, and very impressive and captivating when it's really good. But there's kind of like the scene in between where like it feels like it's getting good, but it looks not quite good, right? So I would, in your case, for the beginning, at least lean into the simplistic abstract style instead of trying to like make it super realistic, high quality, polished. Yeah, there were a few moments here in the script where I wasn't fully sure how you want to tell this, because it was written in a very, I guess, contextual way where it makes sense for you but not for the reader. With like, I think there was something about her remembering things, but it didn't say what she remembered. Just, I like the idea with the eyes though, like just having those eyes like glowing in the darkness is a very cool visual. You can already do a lot with that. I think in general you should, like, there's so much different stuff happening here, but the environment is still always the same, right? So I would, in your case, really find I guess like more like graphical elements that could like interact with her in this dark space, that tell this emotion, but don't feel like they're part of the environment, right? Like something, yeah, abstract. I have like some references in my head, but I don't know where they are from. I'll
Midia
try to
said,
send you some.
how is that? Do you have an example that I can watch?
Yeah, I will try to find what I'm thinking of. Like, I'm not sure if it's all in my imagination or if I'm pretty sure I saw something like this. I'll try to find it and send it to you after the stream. Maybe it was from Mind Game, but I'm not sure which scene. Yeah,
Thank
I'll
you.
research. I'll research a little bit and send it to you. Ba-ba-ba-bum. Hands, walls. Wait, I remember yesterday. Oh yeah, here for example with the remembering with what happened. That could also be told in a cool way, like when she tells, I fell into a hole, a cave, that's it, I'm not dead. I think it would be very cool to not show like flashback, but kind of like have her in the moment where she is right now, kind of like reliving that, kind of like maybe like falling, like leaning back slightly and kind of like floating a little bit and then coming back. Like, yeah, I think you could go very abstract artistic with this whole thing. It's honestly, I would this sounds like something I would also like to do. Yeah, we can collaborate on this. Since you're a student now, I'll happily assist you with anything you want to learn and like give you
Midia
ideas
said,
and stuff.
yes, please.
Okay, she discovers the exit. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, so I think in general in the script it says a lot what she's saying and what's kind of like vaguely happening, but I think if you want to like work in bigger productions, if you want to collaborate with people and have people work together with you on something where you have a script, you need to put in more direct actions. Like you need to describe more visually what's happening, or at least in some parts, like there needs to be a bit more visual information on what is supposed to be on the screen, right? Because yeah, that's usually what's happening in professional screenplays. It's less about the emotions, what the characters are feeling, and more about what's directly on the screen, because it's also been done
I
that
can do
way.
it.
Nice. It's also been done in that way because usually you want to give your actors or voice actors a little bit of their freedom, right? Like they read the dialogue and they read the actions, and then since it usually doesn't say what emotion exactly they're feeling, they're able to more naturally figure out what they're supposed to feel in that moment, and not because every human is different, right? Like everyone has different experiences. So when actors are not, their emotions are not predefined in the script, they can more easily get their own emotions going and like do a better job in method acting, I guess, like really having that performance come from inside of them instead of from outside factors.
But the main point is that I want to make it as part of my work portfolio in Blender.
Nice, yes. Then I would definitely lean in to creating every shot. That basically every shot is very unique and yeah, basically like a showreel, right?
Yes,
like every shot
I
is
already
very
talked with
cool.
the actress. Embarrassed smiley face emoji. Embarrassed smiley face emoji.
Says it 2 times. Very nice. It's cool that you already have actress. Yes, is there anything else I can add to this? I guess at the end when she comes out of the cave.
For the voice.
Nice. When he comes out of the cave, is that like with the forest and stuff? I think for that to feel impactful, it should be like a hyper-realism approach, maybe. Like I would still have it like stylized, like not have it look like, or not try to mimic live action video or photography, but still kind of like stylize it in a way like when you imagine you were trapped and you thought you were dead and then coming back to life, like how does the nature, how does the world feel, right? Like how does it, not only how does it look, but like how does it feel, and then put that feeling into the visual language of those shots from the outside world. me think. If you already have an idea for that, I would love to hear it. Like if you already planned how to visualize the external world when she gets reborn. I mean, just stuff that comes to my mind spontaneously is definitely very like saturated, glowing, very wide angle, kind of like a little, I guess, a little overwhelming, and also close-ups, kind of like overwhelming in the way that like it's so much, but then also like focusing on like tiny details, which I think adds to the overwhelmingness, right? Like you don't like not using conventional focal lengths, but really like having like wide fish angle view and then like super macro shots on stuff to like really have that overwhelming thing of like it's so much and then also it's so beautiful, right? Like those tiny little moments, that tiny little details that usually are very beautiful in nature. Yeah, God rays, obviously, like a beautiful, like fresh morning mist in the air. Like
Midia said, I thought that the main part of the animation is a complete darkness, but we can definitely work on that part. I like your ideas.
Nice. Okay, cool. With what you said, the main part of the animation is complete darkness. You mean that? You only want only the eyes and everything else completely dark? Because honestly, I feel like a short film, because it's gonna be like 2 minutes at least, right? Just darkness. So I feel like it could be a bit boring for the viewer if it was really just the eyes. But I also like the idea of the limitation that you bring to the table with that, with only having those eyes and trying to tell everything with just 2 glowing eyes in the darkness. It's an interesting limitation, but I can imagine it's a bit of a struggle to keep that interesting for 2 whole minutes or even a bit more. Is that what you're planning, or are you still brainstorming? Outside world. Yeah. Morning mist, light
Midia said,
rays.
no, but I thought about a real scene in the reminding part about how she fell.
Ah, okay. So you wanted to show that in real. Yeah, that could work. Yeah, I think that's just your vision of the overall direction of the short film, right? Like if you feel like that fits better, to like okay, so how that would feel to me, I guess, like when we are in this darkness.
Also, there could be more details, and also I am in a brainstorming phase.
Okay. So brainstorming. Okay. That's nice. I like the brainstorming phase, like just thinking without limitations, just like saying whatever comes to your mind and then just like filtering out over time. Okay, how that would feel to me when we see her in the darkness the whole time, and then the flashback of her, the memories of her falling down into. She fell, yeah, like having that more realistically animated. It would take away a little bit of the mystery, I would say, because like to that point in the story, it's very mysterious and very interesting on what really happened, and if you show this memory in a realistic way, in like kind of like like a flashback recording way, then the viewer is very sure, right? Like they
Midia said, you're right.
They expect this to be the truth. They expect this to be what really happened. I personally, this is always just like opinion, and you can like you get to decide always. My personal opinion is that I like the ambiguity, to like keep it ambiguous until the very end when she actually gets out. Because I find it interesting of like together with her like in there in the darkness, thinking what is real, what is not real, what is the truth. So yeah, if I was watching this, that would feel more interesting to not have this kind of like truth in there that early on. Is it early? Let's see.
Exactly, I had that in mind the whole time when I was writing it.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, then I think if you want to achieve that feeling, then I think it would be better to not fully, or to not show that memory in full color, like in full realism, to like still stay in the like abstract world. Yeah. Okay, I think that's everything that comes.
Important to know that this is my dream and I wrote it when I woke up in the middle of the night.
Oh, nice. I love dream scripts. I've also written a few scripts based on dreams. So yeah, it's you gotta okay, so like whatever you do with this short film, you gotta really hold on to that core emotion you felt when waking up. Because that's yeah, you gotta remember that's what woke you up and that's what made you want to write this. So yeah, figure out what that core emotion is and bring that out, right? Like focus everything around that.
Complete mysterious.
Complete mysterious, yes. Mysterious. Is that the emotion though? Like mystery. I guess that's a sensation. Mystery. Like what is the emotion? Can you elaborate on that? Like what is the core emotion that you felt when writing this and that you want to convey? Because to me, it feels the emotion that I got from reading this was feeling lost, like the losing of one's self and reality. Kind of like, I guess, how's it called when you look yourself from the back? How's that called again? If it feels like people have that sensation when they are not really piloting their own body, like, but they're kind of like watching themselves from the back. Derealization.
Midia said, yes, exactly. It was very shocking during the dream. When I woke up, it was a relief.
Yeah. So to me, this feels like the maximum amount of derealization, kind of like really not knowing what is real, if yourself is real, if your environment is real, even not being able to see. So yeah, I would say that is the core emotion that I felt. Derealization and loss of yourself and reality. So I guess let's move on to the message then. Like when coming out of this space, you wrote, I guess you wrote it quite bluntly here with final words hopeful, or not the philosophical. The darkness isn't the end. It never is. Sometimes we feel lost, trapped, hopeless, but even the smallest light can guide us if we choose to follow it. So yeah, this feels hopeful. This feels like hope.
Midia said, the last part, I completed it kind of. I didn't see it clearly. The dream was mainly in the darkness and then when the small light came.
Ah, I see. Okay, okay. So this is your kind of like conclusion, how you wanted to conclude this dream, but you didn't get to do it while you were dreaming, while you were sleeping. I think it's, I think it's nice. It's a nice ending.
Exactly, I just wanted to turn it to a story.
Mhm. I personally, like, as a feedback, I think the ending could offer a new perspective, or like, it's difficult for me to like express this right now.
Yes, it is.
It's coming out, basically being reborn, basically being finding her connection to the outside again, to the real world, which is nice. Yeah, yeah, like she's finding the connection to the real world. She's getting back to being a real person, interacting with the real world, seeing everything. You are saying darkness isn't the end. Honestly, I think what you're writing here, the darkness isn't the end, never is. Sometimes we feel lost, trapped, hopeless, but even the smallest light can guide us if we choose to follow it. I think this sentence is basically saying what happened up to that point, right? And you, like, there's this saying, you probably heard it too in film, show don't tell. So like, show something or tell something visually instead of saying it. Usually that feels more impactful. If I could imagine like repeating what happened at the end with main characters saying out loud what happened, could feel less impactful instead of just focusing visually on the feeling and maybe on her acting, right? Like how's she behaving in that environment? How's she moving? How's she breathing? I think there's a lot of like micro movements that are important to convey this. Yeah. Yeah, but I think honestly, if the whole movie, the whole short film is about mystery and not knowing if you're real, if your world is real, and then finding reality, I think if the majority is about that abstract part, thinking and like pondering on what reality is, if you are real, I think then just like opening up into the world, like being reborn and realizing that you are real, is a good ending. It's not, yeah, because this feels more like it's about the journey, not the destination, right? So like, it's about what this person thinks and experiences in this darkness, and not so much about where it's leading. It's not so much about the ending and recapping on it, because she's already thinking about all of this inside. So I think your emphasis can be very much on the whole main part in the darkness, and then the ending with her reconnecting with the outside world. It's already like a point to all her thoughts that she made. I don't think you need to philosophize over explain it. Actually, I don't think you need to explain it at all. I think it makes total sense if it just happens. Just my opinion. Yeah. Do you have any other direct questions about anything? Anything you're wondering about maybe
Midia
something how you're
said,
pulling this off?
yes, I was somewhat thinking about it too. What about we do it exactly how happened? I mean all the first part, then I just wake up in the real world and the ending?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that feels good. Oh, wait, you mean that the short film someone is waking up? Like, is that what you mean?
Yes.
Ah, um, no, I like this. I like this
I don't
because
know.
I like how you have it right now. I don't think that
Okay.
someone waking up would. I think it would soften. It would soften the impact if it's just a dream, because of course everyone can relate to it. But as everybody also knows, listening to other people's dreams. I mean, for me, not like I love listening to other people's dreams,
Alright.
but I always hear people saying like listening to other people's dreams is not interesting. So realizing at the end of the movie this was just a dream, it doesn't really add anything to the story, I think. So how you have it here works well. I think it's just that you don't need to explain it. It's already explanation enough that she makes it outside and that she feels reborn, reconnected to herself. I think that's what I meant. Yeah. Any other questions?
Sounds cool.
Cool. Yeah. Let me. I mean, I think the next good step for you
Well, my
would be
question is that how to start?
how to
Smiley face
start.
emoji.
Yes. Okay. I was also getting into that. So I would say you should write a new script version with more direct actions on what we visually see, right? Like less that's the focus on the emotions, on what the characters are feeling, but turn those emotions into what we are seeing, right? Like if you want, there were a few situations here where, like you said, she's feeling anxious or something. Nothing. I mean, even in small things like this, she raises her hands trying to see them, but there's nothing. I mean, I guess that also works visually, but it's just, I guess, but there's nothing, it's just black. So if you have an idea how you want to say that, write it down, right? So like she raises her hands trying to see them, but there's only like a outline or something. Okay, maybe, I don't know, maybe that's a bad example. Where can I give you a better example? Yes, a deep silence follows, the words echo in her mind. I mean, that sounds like an audio thing, right? Like audio, her thoughts echoing back. She asks herself. Suddenly feeling small. That is something that you should figure out how to show. Her feeling small could be just her body language, but it could also be the camera angle or even something abstract like she's actually shrinking in the frame. So yeah, like try to turn all those parts in the script where it says she's feeling something into something visual. So like how to show
Media
that.
said, wow, shrinking is cool.
Yeah. I think even if it's just like a camera move, even if the camera's just slowly pulling out and that is making her smaller, that does convey that feeling, right? Like of her feeling small. So yeah, go through your script and just turn all the feelings into visual ideas. Let's see if there's another example here. This one also, yeah. Trying to calm herself, but the silence is overwhelming.
I mean, just turning it to a complete mysterious with lot of delusions.
Yeah, that's a good basis to like start the thinking process. But the silence is overwhelming. Like how do we show that visually, right? Like we can say that and people will understand what is meant. But if a character doesn't say it, like if a character doesn't say I feel overwhelmed, then we don't.
Like a white noise.
White noise. Okay, through audio. Yeah. Then write that down. Like she's white noise is getting louder or something like that. Maybe silence is overwhelming. Yeah. Overwhelming. Yeah, I guess white noise would be enough. Like having like a Dutch angle camera lens, so like give the feeling of unease on her. Maybe even like oh yeah, I could imagine like a wide angle like on her face to like distort her face and her body like shrinking into the distance with that white noise getting louder. I think that would feel overwhelming. A shot like that, and her eyes like darting left and right.
Cool.
Yeah. Just I would say write another version, going through the whole script like this, and then when you have that, because the script is the most important thing, right? It's the basis of the whole production. So let's really make sure that the script is something that everybody can work with, and that it has all the information in it that we need to start working on it. And then after that, we can turn that into tasks, right? Like similar to what I did earlier today in the stream, where we go through the script and we boil down all the key assets, all the key models and environments that we would need for this. Basically just write a long task list of everything that's necessary for this project. And then we can get into planning, figuring out how to do what. Before we do even do that, we will look at how much work it is, right? Like kind of like estimate how much work each of those tasks is, and then see if that amount of work is doable for you. And if it's not, then there's two ways. Either you get help, right? Like you get people helping you with that work, or we break it down. We remove things. We make it simpler to save work. That would be the next steps. So I'm looking forward on seeing a new script from you, a new script version soon. Just let me know when you have it. Send it into the submissions and we can do another live stream. Okay, yeah, I hope that helped you so far. I think that's all your questions answered for now, right? Or do you still have anything?
Midia said, okay, perfect, I will do that. Thank you. Just one more question. You think I can do it despite of my lack of experience in Blender? Is it feasible for me?
Yeah, I think the way you wrote this, it feels like something that is doable for someone who's beginning to learn Blender, because there's the beginning is very limited visually anyway, so you can get away with a lot. So I would focus on creating art style that is comfortable to you, but still gives you some new elements that you can learn while doing this. For example, character animation. I don't know how much character animation you did, but if that's something you want to learn, let's make it relatively easy art style, and then you can focus on putting most of your time into making the character animation work. And if that's not something you want to invest your time on, we can find like ways to portray characters that don't require so much hand animation. For example, I guess motion capture would work. Like you could collaborate with someone who has a Rococo suit, for example, and they record all the motions for you. There's different ways, but let's get into that in more detail once the script is final, because as I said, that's really the basis on everything of the whole production. But yeah, definitely doable. I think my prediction, if you invest you probably don't have like full-time availability to work on this, right? So if you work on this like 2 days a week on this project, I would say you should be able to pull off a really good short film in 4 months, I would say. 4 to 5 months. It's my rough estimation right now, with 2 days a week working on this. If you would work on this full time, I think you could do it.
Midia said, I can work on it 3 hours a day.
3 hours a day. Okay, that's a bit more than 2 days a week. Yeah, but I would plan on this getting done in like, yeah, still like 4 or 5 months. Yeah, anything faster than that feels a little bit unrealistic. Okay.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Can I watch the live stream after you end it now?
Yes, you can rewatch it. I will also send you the link. Usually when you create a submission in the Discord forum here. Let me show you. Submissions. Yes. So usually, as you can see here, I always post the link to the recording. So next time when you submit something, make sure that you put it here in the submissions, and then we can make sure I can make sure that you have that you always receive the results of the stream. And also project files, like sometimes I also send the project files back, right? So it's all in here. All right. Thank you very much, Midia, for submitting. This was very fun to read it and get into the world. Imagine what could happen, like the brainstorming of short films and ideas is always very fun for me. Yeah, looking forward to your next script version.
Midia said, thank you.
For sure. All right, everyone. With that, I'm also gonna end today's stream. Yo, Zach, what's up? You joined it just at the end. But yeah, I'm gonna end the stream now, and what I'm gonna do next for Worlds Next Door basically is I'm gonna reach out to my judges now and see what they can help me with for the intro and outro segments, and then we will start working on those tomorrow. Yeah, so I'm very, very excited. Wait, what are we actually going to do tomorrow? Let me remind myself again. We are going. Anyway, where can I move this? We are going to create a mood board for the lab, and that's it. Yes, mood board day. All right, so many colors. Oh, you go on vacation soon. Very nice. So many colors? Wait, what do you mean so many colors? Where's so many of me? Oh, you had 2 streams open, I see. All right. The fan number 1 watches 2 streams at the same time. All right. Yeah, Zach, I'm heading off now. If you want to rewatch the stream, you can do that. Need some render. All right. Okay, everyone. Have a great night. I will start the goodbye ceremony here. I haven't done that in a while, so yeah. See you soon.
Midia said, goodbye.
Yes, we did it. Second, I'm stopping the stream.